There's just so many things not right about this.
Under this Scotch broom, this is all blackberry. So native plants just can't exist here. They have such a tough time.
Right now, the prospect, given the fact that we've got fires in lots of places in the West right now at the beginning of the summer, is just a wake-up call.
The reason that the dams haven't been breached is because it is an incredibly politically charged issue, and there are many sides.
All of our ceremonies with water, we take a drink of water because we're praising and thanking the water for nourishing our very essence of who we are. So if we can't take care of that, then who are we?
I have been watching the newspaper struggling, and in 2008 when the economic crisis really hit, newspapers who were already struggling started dropping environmental reporters. The climate is going crazy. The population is increasing. We can't not have people know about what's happening to their environment. It's too critical.
One of the things I've noticed is that people west of the Cascades love the country east of the Cascades. And they think of it as big open spaces and very romantic. But they're not very aware of the communities there and what those communities' needs are and how some of them themselves are trying to address the environmental problems in the region. 20 years ago, most newspapers had somebody who covered the environmental beat. That's not true anymore. So Columbia Insight really fills that gap.
The issue with environmental journalism right now is that everybody wants content and nobody wants to produce it. And that's because it's really expensive and difficult to do.
The cougar story was important because it covered cougar hunting in Washington where no one had talked about it before. It was a story that got investigated in depth and had an immediate impact. Lots of people talking about it, lots of media outlets sharing it, and it became part of the discussion in a lawsuit that's pending right now. And for me, the Wolverine story was just, it was so positive to hear about this doctor out there in the snow in all seasons, finding these very elusive animals and telling a positive story about how perhaps we can keep protecting them.
What Columbia Insight does is it combines two things that are disappearing in American journalism. This idea of local and regional reporting and investigative journalism. The Gorge is sort of this pinch point of all these issues, all these cultures coming together. It is a messy, wonderful stew. It's a microcosm of so much that happens throughout the American West.
We are facing greater and greater problems, particularly around climate change. And the more coverage we can give to environmental issues in general, the greater will be the ability of the region to meet those challenges.
Environmental coverage is something that touches everyone's lives, and because not everyone has the resources to cover it, having that consistent offering from Columbia Insight is a boon for us. When Columbia Insight shares one of their stories, I know it's going to get used by other outlets.
People need to educate themselves on the things that are going on, and then they need to get active. Columbia Insight plays a role in educating them and bringing the knowledge base up, and also opening the door to help people understand, well, how can I get more active?
That you have to be persistent. You have to think it's worthwhile, it's really important, and that you have to keep at it.